Now on News 6, plan for thunderstorms this week. News 6 meteorologist Julie Broughton will pinpoint everything to expect today. Plus, a mystery in the middle of Avalon Park.
No one that I talk to knows what is going on that field. I just know that it's been an empty field the whole time.
What News 6 anchor Matt Austin uncovered about this 5-acre green space. And the $5 million ask to help fund the Pulse Memorial. This is News 6 Mornings.
Plus, we've got some breaking news from overnight. One person hurt after a shooting in an Orlando neighborhood. What police are saying this morning about the search for a suspect. Good morning on your Tuesday to 7 a.m. I'm Crystal Moyer.
I'm Justin Moore with Trooper Steve. Watching the roads this morning, meteorologist Julie Broughton in for Candace with a look at that forecast.
We've seen some isolated showers already out there this morning and some cloud cover hanging around. But if you do have outdoor plans today, maybe some beach plans, some pool plans, it is not a washout. We will see breaks in the clouds and breaks in the rain. Here's what it looks like for you right now in Daytona Beach. Really pretty shot there from our sky cam. Doesn't it look nice and relaxing? If you are going to the beach, we are looking at that elevated threat of rip current, so make sure you swim near a lifeguard. 74 degrees right now in Daytona Beach. Most of us are starting out in the low 70s. 75 in Titusville. You're at 70 in Wildwood and 73 degrees right now in Melbourne. Here's a look at the radar. We saw some moderate showers through the overnight hours, mainly just some areas of light rain right now, enough to keep the roadways wet in some spots. Your pool planner for today, you will be dodging a few showers. Afternoon highs today go to around 85 degrees. Rain chances are around 40 to 50%. Now let's get a check of the roadways with Trooper Steve.
That'd be a great idea if we were getting a check of the roadways, because my system, I was just distracted over here. All right, look at that. There's a map for you. I-4 looking good. No issues. We got no crashes, guys. If you're headed out to fly out this morning, please check your flight times, because there are some storms up on the northern portion of the country that has delayed some flights over towards MCO. Talking to the wife right now, so that's why I know about that. Turnpike also looking nice out there. DOT cam still showing nice and smooth, and our drive times at 7:02 in the morning. 16 minutes if you're coming in from Sanford, which is beautiful drive time, and 22 minutes coming in from Osceola Parkway. Right there to the center of Central Florida. That's pretty good. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Steve. We're following breaking news overnight in Orlando where a person was hurt in a shooting. This all happened right around midnight on Willie Mays Parkway, just off of LB McLeod Road. Police tell us the victim was a man, but did not have any other information on their age, only that they were taken to the hospital. At this point, police say they don't have any details on possible suspects either. As soon as we get any updates, we'll let you know.
New this morning, a major warning before your next trip downtown into Orlando. Police say scammers have been throwing some fake QR codes on hundreds of parking meters, all with the goal of stealing your money. News 6's Mark Lehman is following the latest live. And Mark, these thieves are looking to take advantage of people just trying to pay to park.
Yeah, a lot of us have been through this scenario. One of the easiest ways to pay for parking when you're in downtown and you go to a parking meter is you grab your smartphone and then you just pull up the QR code, scan it there, and this was a legit code that takes you to the Park Mobile website. But police say there are hundreds of fake codes that were out there along parking meters throughout downtown Orlando. The city of Orlando putting out these images of the situation. One picture shows a QR code sticker covering up the real code. According to parking enforcement, roughly 200 fake QR code stickers have been recovered from parking meters in downtown. Orlando police say those counterfeit codes are designed to look legitimate while directing users to a fraudulent site to seal their information. In a post on social media, police described what to look out for.
See the legitimate QR code from Park Mobile. It's printed directly onto the sticker and has a green background. And here you can see one of the fraudulent stickers which has been placed over it. It's on a white background and easily peels off.
Police say you should avoid scanning codes that look suspicious or damaged, and when possible, use official parking apps or payment methods rather than scanning codes directly from the meter. And if you spot a QR code that it looks suspicious, you're urged to report it to Orlando police. Now, one thing that remains unclear in all this is just how many people have been scanned. That's something that we've asked the city of Orlando, and as soon as we're updated with their response, we'll let you know. For now, reporting live in Orlando, Mark Lehman, News 6.
All right, Mark, thank you. Disturbing new details are emerging this morning about the man accused of firebombing people at a pro-Israel event in Colorado. We know at least 12 people were injured in Sunday's attack, and as Naomi Ruckham reports, the suspect says he had been planning the whole thing for months.
A memorial of flowers and flags is growing at the scene of Sunday's horrific fire attack in Boulder.
I feel like it's important to make it beautiful with flowers and show that life will continue even though violence has happened here.
Police say at least a dozen people were injured, some with severe burns, when the suspect, identified as 45-year-old Egyptian national Mohammed Suleiman, threw Molotov cocktails at demonstrators marching peacefully in support of the October 7th Israeli hostages. Witnesses say he yelled "Free Palestine" during the attack.
Do you understand it?
Yesterday evening, the suspect made his first appearance in court. He is facing multiple felony charges and a federal hate crimes charge.
When he was interviewed about the attack, he said he wanted them all to die. He had no regrets, and he would go back and do it again.
According to court documents, the suspect told investigators that he had been planning the attack for a year and that he used Molotov cocktails because he was denied the purchase of a gun because he was not a legal citizen. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News.
Well, today, for the first time, parents of the victims in last year's mass shooting in downtown Orlando are expected to speak out. Those parents have also filed a lawsuit against the city and the Orlando Police Department. 25-year-old Tyreek Hill and 19-year-old Timothy Schmidt were both killed after the gunfire last Halloween night. 7 others were hurt before the 17-year-old suspect was arrested. A statement from their attorneys says the suit will allege negligence in crowd control, security planning, and overall public safety measures. The lawsuit also names multiple businesses and organizers of the block party. Today's news conference is set for 11:15, and we'll stream it for you live on clickorlando.com.
There are now more charges for a church volunteer arrested last week for accusations of sexually abusing 2 of his foster children. Osceola County deputies say Daniel Lampin now faces 2 more counts of sexual battery, 2 counts of lewd molestation, and 1 count of child abuse. He is actively being investigated, and deputies have said they were concerned there could be more victims. Lampin volunteered at Connection Church in Kissimmee and also worked as a manager at a Chick-fil-A on Orange Blossom Trail in Orange County. A big update on a new 6 investigation. The owners of a tax company that we have been telling you about for years pled guilty just minutes before they were supposed to go on trial. Franklin Carter Jr. and Jonathan Carrillo are owners of Neighborhood Advance Tax. The 2 admitted in court that they conspired with others to defraud the IRS out of more than $10 million. According to federal prosecutors, the 2 men trained employees how to falsify their customers' tax returns to fraudulently maximize refunds. Customers eventually reported having to pay the IRS back those refunds. Both men now face years in prison. Happening today, lawmakers are set to get back to work in Tallahassee to finally pass a new budget.
Yeah, they say they have a deal, but right now there's a lot of questions. We know the agreement includes the elimination of the business rent tax, along with a $250 million debt reduction. The big thing here is the deal includes $350 million in permanent sales tax exemptions. What we don't have yet is any specifics on just what those will include. The agreement also doesn't mention anything about cuts to property taxes, something the governor has been calling for. We should find out more when meetings kick off later this morning.
The Florida Board of Governors is set to vote today on the new president for the University of Florida, but some high-profile Republicans are raising concerns. The school's board voted last week to hire Dr. Santa Ono for the job, but last night, Florida Senator Rick Scott put out a statement questioning Ono's handling of the Israel-Hamas war protests and DEI policies at his current job as president of the University of Michigan. In a statement, Scott said UF needs a president who will publicly commit to standing against anti-Semitism and divisive policies. We will let you know what happens at today's meeting.
While school is out in Central Florida, one community is already looking toward next year.
Yeah, Eatonville is the latest town to consider adding cameras to school zones. News 6's Stephanie Rodriguez joins us now live from Eatonville. And Stephanie, the town council will discuss this tonight.
Justin, Crystal, that's right. The Eatonville Police Department has given the council data that shows that people repeatedly go over the speed limit in school zones, and parents tell me that they see it too.
The cars, they do speed. They go pretty quickly, and it's not safe for the kids. It's a lot of kids that walk between Boys and Girls Club, as well as getting off on the buses, the middle schoolers, and then you have the elementary student.
Mother of three, Antonia Brooks, tells me it's unbelievable to see how dangerously drivers speed by Hungerford Elementary School.
It's not safe. I've seen children trying to cross the road, but because of the cars coming fast, they can't cross the road, and then they don't have a guardian or a parent with them.
Tonight, the town council will discuss adding cameras to the school zone to improve safety.
I think it's needed. And whenever they have that, they'll definitely think twice about speeding in an area like this.
The cameras are in place at other Central Florida schools, like in Osceola County. In the beginning, the sheriff's office there sent over 14,000 warnings. When they became $100 citations, the number fell to $5,500.
That's the kind of change parents tell me they want to see here because they're worried about their children making it to and from school every single day.
Just the safety, the comfort of knowing that somebody's watching. I can't watch the whole street everywhere, but somebody's watching, you know.
The cameras would capture people driving 10 miles over the speed limit during school hours.
Now, the town would use the money from those $100 fines to help fund its crossing guard recruitment and retention program. They're going to have that first reading of this ordinance tonight at 7:30. Reporting live in Eatonville, Stephanie Rodriguez, News 6.
We'll see what happens. Thank you, Stephanie. Turning back to your forecast now, 7:11 on this Tuesday. Meteorologist Julie Broughton is in for Candace. And you're still tracking a few showers on the radar, Julie?
Yeah, there's some light rain out there, and you can see on this shot from downtown Orlando. This is our Light Orlando Delivering Hope Together camera. Whole lot of cloud cover hanging around, and we'll keep some clouds and some haze around throughout the day, and that's actually going to hold our afternoon highs cooler than normal. Now, right now, we're starting out the day at 72 degrees in Orlando, and most of us are in the upper 60s, low 70s as we move through the morning hours. If you are in Deltona, you're at 74 degrees. Good morning to those of you in Paisley. You are one of the cooler spots sitting right now at 69 degrees. Radar scanning out showing that we are seeing some very light rain from Brevard County over through Osceola County and then stretching into southern Lake County as well as Sumter County. So today's not a total washout. We will see periods of rain on and off throughout the day. Our afternoon highs typically reach around 90 this time of year. We'll go to 88 in the Villages, 85 for your high today in Orlando, and in Melbourne you will top out today at 82 degrees. We'll take a look at your full 7-day forecast and talk about the tropics coming up in just a few minutes. But first, let's see how the roadways are doing. Looking pretty good out there, Trooper Steve.
It is really nice. Downtown Orlando, no delays out here. I-4 at Cayley East or westbound, whether you're hopping on or exiting out there. So let's keep it that way, please. But like Julie has mentioned, just watch out. It's going to be some spotty rain throughout the day, so be careful. 417 westbound on I-4 there, only a few minutes. We're doing pretty nice. Now just starting to see a little bit of the delay out there on the Florida Turnpike out by US 192 in Kissimmee. And then I heard Julie talk about the coast, so we came out to the coast here for a second. Cape Canaveral, all the way down towards Cocoa Beach, South Patrick Shores, Satellite Beach. Not a crash to currently give you. Guys, back to you.
All right, thank you, Steve. A group of young girls spinning their way into the national spotlight.
I'll say still ahead, how Team USA Twirl is training right here in Central Florida.
First, though, a dog left alone in a local home for days. The growing concerns from neighbors and what happened when News 6 went to get answers. You're watching News 6 Mornings. We'll be right back. Well, today, animal control officers in Oviedo could be removing a dog from its home after complaints from neighbors.
They say the small terrier has been left alone for days. News 6 was there when Oviedo police and animal control made a visit to the home off Alafaya Woods Boulevard to care for the dog. Police say they spoke with the owner, who says he's coming back from Mexico. However, some neighbors feel the dog has been neglected. And because the first call came in Saturday night and the first visit wasn't until Sunday, officers are required to wait until today before they can take any action. Well, a quarter century ago, the east side of Orange County was basically a forest. Today, it's called Avalon Park.
Yeah, and after billions in development, nearly every green space is covered there, with one exception, a small spot near downtown. For years, neighbors have wondered what's going to happen there. And all new this morning, evening anchor Matt Austin has that answer.
Avalon Park is now home to nearly 20,000 people.
Avalon Park is awesome. We really lucked out finding this place.
How long have you been in Avalon Park?
I have lived here my entire life. So
Really?
20 years.
More than 1,800 acres have been developed here, and only 5 remain untouched, this patch of ground near downtown.
No one that I talk to knows what is going on that field. I just know that it's been an empty field the whole time.
Yeah. The man who turned a crazy idea into this bustling community is Beat Kali, a former Swiss banker turned land developer. Kali says there's no mystery as to why this lot is still bare.
It's coincidence, I would say.
Really?
So there
It's
wasn't,
coincidence, yeah.
no, there wasn't some particular reason that we said, let's wait with this parcel and develop this first.
The southern portion of the lot has recently been permitted for townhouses. The northern portion, after all these years, is still up in the air. It will most likely become independent living. It will serve as the final piece of a puzzle Kali has been working on for more than 25 years.
100 cows, 2,000 acres, 20,000 people, and a quarter century in between.
He hopes it will be a place where people can live from birth all the way to the end of life.
There is an assisted living facility, a memory care facility. If you ever need that, it's across the street.
I'm hoping that everything is still going to be, not too overly crowded. There'll still be decent places to park, and it'll still be safe to ride our bikes here.
In Avalon Park, Matt Austin, News 6.
Now, Kali says the Hal Scott Preserve has more than 8,000 acres of land donated by the Avalon Park Group. He would like to see the community rally together and push for regional park on that land, saying that may be the one thing, the missing link for the community. So we'll see what happens.
Well, the stakes are high. The batons, they're higher. For one group of Florida athletes, they're members of Team USA's Twirl Florida program. You know that was a good one, Steve. That was a good one. Right now, they're training for 2 big events. So there's a national competition in Daytona Beach next month, and there's a World Twirling Championship in Italy in August.
I think what people misunderstand is that these girls are true athletes. They train, they do conditioning, they also have to do ballet, they also have to do acro, and they twirl a baton.
So a lot of the top twirlers of the country right now are in school to become engineers or doctors, and they're doing this all while competing.
Look, this is a sport. I don't care what anybody says, okay?
Oh, yeah, hand-eye coordination. I mean,
Oh,
all of it.
And
it's definitely a sport.
The team also includes twirlers from Leesburg to Fort Lauderdale, so a lot of areas represented from Florida.
I'm always so impressed by twirlers.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And I'm always rooting for them, because the last thing I want to see is a baton fall and then everyone's like, their eyes just go on the baton.
Right, everyone's
It's
like,
the noise when it's quiet and it hits the ground and you're like, oh.
Well, you're the sports guy, man. Like, I can barely dribble a basketball, let alone
That
twirl
takes
that.
tons of coordination,
Yes.
tons of hand-eye coordination.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a
No
very
thanks.
difficult task, and not something that I would like to try out.
Yeah.
And they have to look calm and
Yes, they
poised
do.
while doing it.
To make it look easy.
Yes.
Which is incredible. A lot of practice going into that.
Yes.
All right, good stuff.
Yeah, we are tracking a few showers out there. Most of that rain has let up, but we are seeing some light sprinkles as some, yes?
You ever drop your clicker on air?
Oh, yeah. Or you grab your phone and you think that that's the
happens.
clicker.
You think that's the clicker?
Yeah, that doesn't work, just if you're considering doing that with your clickers at home. Now, we are going to continue to watch showers streaming in from the Atlantic throughout the day. We're also watching an area of low pressure developing along an old frontal boundary, and the National Hurricane Center is highlighting an area off our coast. So as that area of low pressure moves out over the Atlantic, moves off to the northeast, the NHC is giving it a 10% chance of taking on some tropical tropical or subtropical characteristics. Even if it does so, that is over the next 7 days. And even if it does so, it doesn't change our forecast. That area of low pressure is going to bump up our chance of rain, especially as we head through the day tomorrow. Here's how that looks right now. We're looking at the water vapor imagery. This shows us what's going on in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere. When we're talking about moisture levels, we're seeing a lot of moisture coming in from the Atlantic. You can see that little counterclockwise spin in the atmosphere over the East Gulf. That shows us where we're seeing a developing area of low pressure. The modeling takes it away from us, tracks it across Florida, out over the Atlantic. And so as this pulls away from us Thursday into Friday, and we see some Saharan dust moving in, that will begin to drop our rain chances back into what is considered normal this time of year, which is around 40 to 50%. Here's how it looks right now as we are starting our Tuesday. This is our Daytona Beach sky cam. Seen some clouds hanging around out there, 74 degrees. Right now in the Villages, it's 71. 72 if you're waking up in Wildwood, and it is 73 right now in Cape Canaveral. Radar scanning out, finding some areas of light rain, and that will be the case throughout the day. So we'll see our winds picking up out of the southeast. That pushes any showers off to the north and west. But you'll notice by this afternoon, we will start to see some pockets of heavier rain, also certainly the potential of some thunderstorms as well. And then we'll keep that going well into the evening hours. So your hour by hour forecast featuring the beautiful fluffy Palooza. We're talking about 82 degrees at 11 o'clock. Rain chances hover around 40 to 50%. The best chance of seeing some of those heavier showers is in our southern areas like Brevard County and Osceola County. We'll see 85 for a high today. Quite a bit of haze hanging around with those periods of rain. 7-day forecast showing we bump our rain chances up to 70% for your Wednesday, 60% on Thursday, then back into our typical pattern moving into the weekend. Now let's head to Trooper Steve with a check of the roads.
Julie, I need some coffee.
Me too.
I am going down over here. 408 this morning. This looks great. It's nice. It does have a muggy kind of feel to it, but westbound, nice and smooth as you're headed towards downtown Orlando over here by the Executive Airport. No delay. It's amazing what happens, but embrace it. It's only a 2-month break. Come August, we'll see the delays come back. Morse Boulevard over by Winter Park, you're clear. Aloma, east and westbound with no issues. Even the famous Orange Avenue out there and the speed bump problem. Mount Dora, Tavares, Eustis, good morning to you guys. Running clear here as you head westbound towards Leesburg, maybe north in the Villages. Good morning to you guys. All clear. Guys, back to you.
Steve, don't rush the summer. Don't.
I'm here for you, Crystal, okay?
Let's make it last as long as we can. All right, some serious news, though, here. 2 bikers are hurt after colliding with a gator on I-4.
Straight ahead, what one of the victims is now saying about that dangerous encounter.
And at the bottom of the hour, a blast from the past. A look inside a high school where students built a retro arcade.
New this morning, a warning from Groveland police. They say someone is going door to door claiming that they're with the city and they're offering mandatory arsenic testing. Now, there are no city requirements for this type of testing. Police are reminding folks to not let anyone inside your house for this purpose.
New video shows the moment a man's bike and another rider hit a gator on I-4 in Volusia County. Look at this video. It happened Saturday right outside of Orange City. A group of motorcyclists were riding together when two of them hit the gator. Video shows the gator just lying in the middle of I-4 there as the other motorcyclists pass it, heading towards Sanford.
When did you realize it was a gator?
When I'm laying on my back, and they wouldn't let me up to look, and they wouldn't let me look at the young lady had wrecked two behind me. They said, "You hit an alligator." I'm like, "What?"
So that's Cameron Gilmore there. He's in the hospital with a few broken bones and a bad road rash. Now, the other biker, we're told, is home now recovering. Some good news there. FWC did go out and trap that gator to treat it for its injuries. Got to take care of our animals as well.
Just remarkable no one got seriously injured or even died. So that was
right.
a great outcome for that situation. A federal budget cut could soon cause some big changes here in Central Florida.
Still ahead, the crucial funding Volusia County leaders now say is at risk.
Plus, a man accused of stalking his ex-girlfriend for months. The disturbing thing he's accused of doing and what happened when he faced a judge. We'll be right back.
Streaming on clickorlando.com and broadcasting live, you're watching News 6.
Good morning, I'm meteorologist Julie Broughton. Our Light Orlando Delivering Hope Together camera showing some haze across downtown Orlando. Quite a bit of cloud cover. Right now, we are starting the day in the low 70s at 72 degrees. Also tracking some light rain moving in from the Atlantic. We'll continue to see periods of rain throughout the day with rain chances right around 40%. If you're in the Villages, you're at 71. It is 73 degrees in New Smyrna Beach on our way to a high today of 85 degrees. Now let's check the roads with Trooper Steve.
Thank you, Julie. We're still looking nice out here on, today's Tuesday, right? Yep, Tuesday, 22 minutes. Sanford to downtown Orlando, 26 the opposite direction. East 408, East Orange County. This is 408 out by Rouse. Nice and clear this morning. Waterford Lakes, Alafaya Trail, even the UCF area crash-free and no delays. Chuliota, nice and smooth. Dill Road, north and southbound, all yours. The news continues next. Remember, get updates on our big stories anytime. Click Orlando.com.
This portion of the news is sponsored by AK Certified Roofing. Streaming on clickorlando.com and broadcasting live, you're watching News 6.
The time is now 7:30 on your Tuesday.
Let's get a check of our top stories. Breaking overnight, Orlando police searching for a suspect after a shooting in a neighborhood. The victim was found late last night on Willie Mays Parkway. At this point, police aren't saying anything else about what happened.
A man is being held without bond in Volusia County, accused of stalking his ex-girlfriend for months, even watching her sleep. 20-year-old Jalen Vallejos was arrested Sunday after being spotted near the victim's home wearing a ski mask.
And state lawmakers are set to get back today to Tallahassee, and they're going to be working on passing a new state budget. They say they have a deal that includes millions in permanent sales tax exemptions, but so far no specifics have been released.
All right, let's turn now to the weather. It is Tuesday. We got some cloud cover out there and a few showers, but not too bad.
Sun's trying to poke through on this Tuesday. Let's get a check of that forecast. Meteorologist Julie Brutton is in for Candace. Julie?
Good morning. We are seeing clouds and some haze hanging around just about all of central Florida. We'll see some breaks in the clouds and certainly some breaks in the showers throughout the day today. Our Light Orlando delivering Hope Together camera over downtown Orlando, showing a little bit gray as we start things out for our Tuesday. Right now it is 72 degrees in Orlando and most of us are in the low, creeping into the mid-70s. 71 in Ocala, 73 in Winter Haven, and it is 75 degrees right now in Titusville. Here's a look at the radar for you. We saw some moderate showers moving ashore overnight. We'll continue to see some rain traveling from the Atlantic across central Florida throughout the day today, embedded in that southeasterly flow. Mostly we're seeing some areas of light rain, but roads are wet in some spots, so keep that in mind if you're heading to work soon. Your hour-by-hour forecast by noon will be in the low 80s. Rain chances for today are around 40 to 50%. We'll be tracking some thunderstorms this afternoon, and our temperatures are going to be cooler than normal. Normal high this time of year is 90. We're going to 85. Now let's check the roads with Trooper Steve.
We're still looking nice this morning on a Tuesday in downtown Orlando. If you're hitting our major roadways, we're actually in really good shape no matter where. I'm talking the coast, I-4, 417, 408, 429. Sounds like I'm dialing a number. Rouse Road, nice and clear. Even out here as you're headed towards State Road 50, University Park. There's going to be a little bit of a westbound delay, but people still got to go to work. It's the school that's not in session that's really helping us out. Chuliota, good morning to you guys. That East Seminole County area, nice and clear. And then New Smyrna, all of I-95 and South Volusia looking good. Guys, back to you.
All right, thank you, Steve. New this morning, a major scam alert in downtown Orlando. Police say someone put fake QR codes on hundreds of parking meters, all to try and trick drivers into giving away their credit card info. News 6's Mark Lehman joining us live from downtown Orlando. And Mark, around 200 counterfeit stickers have already been pulled, but police are warning there could be a few more out there.
There are 1,000 parking meters in downtown, so chances are not all of the fraudulent stickers have been found. Now, this meter here in front of City Hall has a real QR code, but I actually came across some of the fake QR codes, and you can see just how similar they are to the real code. They're even colored in green as well. Very deceptive, and police want everyone to be aware of what's going on. Now, take a look at this image from the city of Orlando. It shows the fraudulent sticker placed on a meter. Now, parking enforcement says they've recovered about 200 of these fake QR codes from meters throughout downtown. This is something that's designed to look like the real code, but instead it directs unsuspecting users to a fraudulent site where their personal information can be stolen. In a post on social media, Orlando police say if you're parking downtown, it's important to inspect the parking meter, any codes that you scan, and make sure the websites you're sent to are correct.
The legitimate website is parkmobile.io. If you're directed to a different website and asked to enter your credit card information, you should not do that.
Orlando police say they're working with the parking division to remove any fraudulent stickers that might still be out there. And while that's happening, they're urging everyone to take precautions like avoiding codes that look suspicious and instead using the official parking app or perhaps using a different payment method where you're going to pay for parking in downtown, but always be aware and to look out for these stickers if you're parking anywhere in the downtown area. For now, reporting in Orlando, Mark Lehman, News 6.
You got to be vigilant, Mark. Thanks. A Volusia County man arrested for stalking his ex-girlfriend will be staying in jail. He was caught Sunday night in Deltona, just off Fort Smith Boulevard near the Hidden Lakes Estates neighborhood. The details here are just disturbing. Deputies say they found 20-year-old Jalen Vallejos with gloves, a ski mask, and duct tape. In this body camera video you see behind me, deputies released, you can hear Vallejos admitting he was on his way to his ex-girlfriend's house to watch her sleep. Take a look.
You did intend to go there and like watch her, so yes. You wanted to break in and just like watch her while she was sleeping?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
No, sir. I don't break in, I just watch her from the window, sir.
You just watch her from the outside?
That's creepy. Vallejos was booked on several charges, including felony aggravated stalking. He's being held without bond.
For the first time, we're getting a look at body camera video showing the moment a woman with a knife was shot by Orange County deputies, and we do want to warn you, this video may be tough to watch. We paused the clip just before deputies opened fire on 19-year-old Vanessa Eugene. Deputies responded to an apartment complex near the mall at Millennia last month, went inside after hearing a woman call for help. Eugene later died from her injuries. The shooting remains under investigation by the Florida Department of Law Enforcement.
Happening today, the city of Orlando is set to ask Orange County to pay part of the bill for a new permanent memorial at Pulse nightclub. The total cost of the project is expected to be around $12 million. The city is asking the county to chip in $5 million, citing the longstanding partnership between the two governments following the 2016 tragedy. Today, the county commission is set to get a presentation of exactly what's planned for the site. Construction, though, still isn't expected to start until the summer of 2026.
Governor DeSantis has signed 2 new bills targeting squatting across Florida. The bills give police more power to quickly remove illegal occupants, including from vacation homes and commercial properties. It also strengthens rules for hotels and motels, making it harder for guests to claim residency and refuse to leave. The governor says these laws will help seasonal homeowners reclaim their property faster.
You show up in October and you see some family just living in your house or something that they had no right to be there. I think you would want to just call the sheriff.
By the way, the new laws take effect immediately.
Happening today, Volusia County leaders are sounding the alarm over a proposed federal budget cut that could hit close to home. That's because the Republican-backed plan in Congress would slash all funding for coastal zone management, which are the programs that protect Florida shoreline, support beach access, and boost tourism. News 6's Angie Casada has more from Daytona Beach, where county leaders are preparing to take a stand.
Volusia County leaders are worried that cutting this federal funding would impact everything from protecting nesting turtles all the way to warning beachgoers about these dangerous rip currents. That's why the county council will be weighing in later today, joining several states that are against these proposed cuts.
From sea turtle nesting grounds to beachside tourism, Volusia County's coastlines are more than a view. They're an engine for the economy and a home for Florida fragile ecosystems. But the current budget being debated in Washington could strip millions in federal support used to protect it.
It's just very upsetting. I mean, this is a beautiful beach that we all enjoy. And
Mia Catalina visits the coast often. Her son works for NOAA in Washington, D.C.
So there's just so many, I think, programs that people don't realize are funded by the government. And they're going to find out pretty soon if this bill is passed.
The cuts could mean no more funding for safety signs and rip current alerts. It could also gut promotion of tourism access guides and delay critical maintenance on beach infrastructure.
And it's not just about the beautiful beach, but it's about the marine life and how we take care of our oceans and how much the oceans affect our entire world. So it's really something that we should all try to support and take care of.
There's also worries about hurricanes, with Volusia County Council Vice Chair Matt Reinhardt telling me in a statement removing this funding would leave our communities more vulnerable and hinder the county's ability to prepare and recover from storms.
Today, Volusia County leaders will weigh whether to join other coastal states in opposing the budget and urging Congress to restore funding, all as the Senate gets ready to take up the budget bill later this week. In Daytona Beach, Angie Casada, News 6.
Also happening today, a major beach access point in Flagler County is closing for 2 months. Varn Park closing for the next 8 weeks as crews rush to rebuild storm-damaged dunes there. It's part of an emergency restoration project. So starting today, access will be blocked from the park to Jungle Hut Road. Construction kicks off next week. The park expected to reopen by late July.
All right, let's get a check of your forecast with meteorologist Julie Broughton in for Candace this morning. And, not bad behind you, but we can expect some of that wet stuff today, right?
Yeah, and we've already seen some showers moving through, even a little bit of rain out there right now. But always nice to start our day with a beautiful shot from Daytona Beach. Look at our sky cam out there. A lot of cloud cover, but some blue sky peeking through. Right now, you are at 74 degrees. If you are planning to go to the beach today, you'll be dodging some showers here and there. Not a washout, and we are looking at an elevated threat of rip currents. It is 75 in Leesburg, 72 right now if you're waking up with us in Wildwood, 73 in Cocoa Beach, and 74 right now in DeLand. Here's a look at the radar. We've been tracking some light rain throughout much of the morning. We typically don't see rain during our morning drive time, but thanks to a southeasterly flow and tropical moisture on the rise, we will continue to see periods of rain throughout the day. Here's what you can expect for your backyard forecast if you're entertaining the kids as they're enjoying their first full week out of school. We'll be in the low 80s by 11 o'clock and we'll stay in the mid 80s for our highs today, going to a high around 85 degrees. We will see periods of rain. Normal high this time of year is around 90. We'll time out our showers for you hour by hour and take a look ahead to the next 7 days coming up. But first, let's check out the roadways with Trooper Steve.
This is good because I was trying to put up some new patio fans yesterday by myself, not suggested under any capacity, but I'm just glad at least it's going to be not 90 degrees outside. I-95, 215 mile marker, just in the northern portions of Brevard. We look really nice this morning. Please don't be the one to ruin it. Just go out there, drive safely. You're clear up towards the New Smyrna Beach area and then Port Orange, South Daytona Beach. Good morning to you guys. Daytona Beach shores, nice and clear along International Speedway Boulevard in Ormond Beach. You're nice. You know what we haven't talked about a lot are those honks, and that's what we did yesterday out on Trooper Steve on patrol, but now we're calling them the clowns out there. We went through 5 clowns and that one ran the red light and then got picked up by the Orlando Police Department. We talked about crazy tags, that one upside down, and then of course dogs in the back of people's trucks. Head to clickorlando.com, check that out. We are going to now do that once a month. I had a good time talking about that. Today, it's all about safety. School might be over, but the mission doesn't stop. So the Volusia County School District Superintendent is going to join me inside Results One and the Director of Security for an interview. Join me at 10 o'clock. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Steve. 7:42 now, a local city facing a deadline to comply with a new Florida law when it comes to fluoride.
Still ahead why leaders resisted before. First, though, a reported engine failure over the ocean. The daring rescue off the Florida coast after a small plane went down.
It is time for Ask Trooper Steve, where I answer the questions that you send in to me. And today, look, it's a situation. The emergencies can happen at any time, right? So this is the question. Saw a car pulled over and someone was changing a child, and another one, well, they were using the restroom. This even legal? Well, let's talk about the legality side first, right? So Florida does not have, on the state statute side, anything that says urinating in public is illegal, but they do have an indecent exposure, and being in public view and using the restroom would be considered indecent exposure. Also, the safety side of this, let's think about that. You are so vulnerable anytime you're using the restroom. Think about your pets. They're sitting there and they're staring at you like, oh, anything could happen. Not the place to do this on the side of the road. Now, let's talk about changing your child's diaper. Listen, I'm not a parent, but I know a lot of them. And things can happen at any given time. And an emergencies arise, those explosive code browns can come out of nowhere, right? So listen, just do not, but Crystal, you get it, girl? Don't pull over on the side of the road. Find the nearest exit. I get it, it could be rough, but do not do that on the side of the road. Very dangerous. If you got a traffic safety question, you want me to answer it, or you just want to have a discussion, head over to clickorlando.com/AskTrooperSteve.
That's an interesting topic to discuss, Trooper Steve. Thanks. New this morning, 3 people are safe after a single-engine plane crashed into the ocean just off the coast of Vero Beach. Investigators say the Cessna Skyhawk went down about the mile off South Beach Park after reporting engine trouble on Sunday night. Several agencies responded, pulling the pilot and 2 passengers from the water with just minor injuries. The NTSB and FAA are now investigating that crash.
Happening today after previous pushback, Ocala City leaders now face a deadline to remove fluoride from the water supply. The city has resisted removing fluoride in the past, but a new state law signed by Governor DeSantis means they must act by July 1st. The city council will vote tonight to remove fluoride from the water. It is a requirement under the Florida Farm Bill, which bans adding fluoride to public drinking water. Today's meeting starts at 4 o'clock.
Well, it's a blast from the past. High school STEM students in Virginia designed and built a retro arcade for class. This is pretty cool. Students in the cyber program spent months building a fully functional arcade for the whole school to enjoy, and they included all the classics. We're talking Miss Pac-Man, Marvel vs. Capcom, even Just Dance. Their teacher says the goal was to merge tech skills and teamwork with just the right amount of play, and students say they got to the end of school year with a level up.
Oh, yeah. Hey, shout out to that teacher, too.
Like, yeah. I'm just sitting here thinking, like, when you're like, trying to beat the game.
Oh, yeah. Often it's as quickly as you can hit those 2 buttons, and then you got to move the joint.
That's great.
It would be really cool if they stored all the top scores, so the students, after they graduate, they come back to see if anybody beat the top score.
I'm sure they probably will.
Good stuff. That makes me want to get to an arcade or play some sort of video game. Today's a good day to do that. Got a lot of cloud coverage out there. A couple showers to start the day. Not as hot, though, today.
No, the cloud cover will hold our temperatures down throughout the day today. A little bit of haze. We have a little bit of Saharan dust going on. That will increase as we move into the weekend. But here's what we're tracking throughout the day today. Do expect periods of rain, not a washout, but we've already seen some light rain out there, still some hanging around. So that will be the case on and off for us throughout our Tuesday. And we're watching an area of low pressure developing along that stalled front that is providing the focus for those showers for us today. And the National Hurricane Center is keeping an eye on that for the potential of some development. Now, I'll show you that in just a moment. First, this is what we have going on this morning. This is a live look out in Port Canaveral. This is our Launch Credit Union camera where we're seeing a lot of cloud cover, but you can see some sunshine trying to filter through there, sitting right now at 73 degrees. Most of us are in the low to mid 70s right now. You're checking in at 75 in Titusville, 70 over in Lakeland. It is 71 in Ocala, and also 71 degrees right now if you're in Palm Coast. Here's a look at the radar sweeping out. Most of us are dry right now, but where you see those areas of light green, that shows us where we have seen some light rain. So roads are wet in some spots. So give yourself a little bit of extra time. Just make sure you're taking it easy on the roadways. Traffic appears to be pretty light out there, so hopefully you'll be in good shape on that journey. Here's a look at your clouds and rain forecast rolling you through the day today. We stop the clock at 1 o'clock. Our winds will continue to pick up from the southeast. That transports moisture in from the Atlantic. By this afternoon, after we get a little more heat going, we'll see some pockets of heavier rain moving through areas of Brevard County. And then as we continue to move through the afternoon hours, showers will lift to the north and west. We'll see the potential of some thunderstorms as well later this afternoon. And then we'll bump up our rain chances even a little bit more as we head through the day tomorrow. Now, here's what we're talking about in the tropics. This big area of yellow was highlighted by the National Hurricane Center yesterday. So over the next 7 days, we're going to be watching this area for about a 10% chance of some further development. That area of low pressure we talked about that's developing along our front. As that moves out over the Atlantic, it could take on some tropical or subtropical characteristics. It is moving away from us, so even if it does develop a little bit further, it will not change our forecast. It's going to enhance our rain chance tomorrow. Then by Thursday, as it moves up toward the Carolinas out over the Atlantic, and we see some Saharan dust moving in, we will see our rain chances beginning to trim back more into what is typical for us and more of our typical pattern for this time of year, which is not what we're seeing today. So for today, we'll see periods of rain, a whole lot of haze hanging around. Our afternoon highs by 4 o'clock will go to 85 degrees, and this afternoon we'll fire up some thunderstorms. Here's how it looks for you for the next 7 days. Rain chances today at 40 to 50%. Best chance of some heavy rain will be areas like Brevard County and Osceola County. Tomorrow, the chance of rain goes up to 70%, and look at our highs, only 83 tomorrow. But by Thursday into Friday, we start to see our pattern shifting back into what's more typical for us this time of year. We'll see afternoon highs back in the low 90s with rain chances at 40 to 50%. Now let's head to Trooper Steve and check out the roadways.
This is that time of the year, guys, where the Everglades conditions make their way here to Central Florida, and it just is muggy and gross out there all the time, but we love it. At least I do. I-95 out here towards Daytona. Good morning to you guys. Right where it connects to I-4. Zero delay. I'm loving it. Even if you're coming southbound from Ormond Beach, no issue. Westbound I-4 approaching the DeLand area. City of DeLand, nice and clear. State Road 44, also now you guys call it, I believe, New York Avenue. And then Lake Helen, nice and smooth there. All your local streets. I'm talking Casadega Road up towards Summit Avenue, even Lake Pearl and Victoria Hills. Our communities checking out very smooth. Let's go to the west end real fast. Fruitland Park, Leesburg, no crashes. I'm really surprised. Guys, back to you.
All right, Steve, thank you. Breaking overnight, a rocket launch from the Space Coast. The Falcon 9 back in action after a scrubbed first attempt. More on the moment it took off next.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. Engines full power and liftoff. Go.
Breaking overnight, a SpaceX rocket launch lighting up the Space Coast. 23 Starlink satellites now in orbit after the Falcon 9 rocket lifted off from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. We brought this to you live at 12:43 this morning after the rocket's first attempt was scrubbed early yesterday, and you can rewatch that again right now on clickorlando.com.
Happening today, if you live in Orange County and still need your real ID, you know that star on your ID, there's a quick way to get it done. The tax collector's office is hosting a one-day event from 9 to 3 at the Multicultural Center on West Colonial Drive. To register, make sure you bring your proof of identity, your social security number, 2 documents showing your current Florida address. A real ID is now required for domestic flights and federal building access. This event helps you get caught up if you missed the federal deadline last month.
There's a new big cat in town, and she's part of a big mission, too.
Oh, yeah. We're talking about the newest addition to the Brevard Zoo. Meet Lua, a 5-year-old jaguar from Canada now joining the zoo's rainforest revealed loop. Zoo staff says she's part of a species survival plan with a potential mate on the way in the coming months. We're told Lua is adjusting well and has even started training already. You can read more about the program she's a part of and when you could visit on the zoo's website.
I'd like to visit right now. She's beautiful. Yeah, she's gorgeous. Here's what you're stepping out the door to in downtown Orlando. Light Orlando delivering Hope Together camera showing 72 degrees right now in Orlando, and most of us are in the low to mid 70s. We are seeing some isolated showers, mainly some light rain, and we'll see periods of rain on and off throughout the day today with some of those thunderstorms firing later this afternoon. Rain chances at 40 to 50%. We bump it up to 70% for tomorrow. Expect a high today of 85.
Roadways are still doing pretty good. However, this is 528 out by State Road 520. I just saw some units rolling in the left lane headed east, and I am picking up a slight eastbound delay out there. So just be cautious as you're driving. Those routine delays westbound along 408 just now settling in. So what is this telling us? That now that school's over, it's towards the 8 o'clock hour that we start to see those westbound delays out there. Southbound Turnpike, just a little slow along 528, but the biggest slowdown is going to be right there on OBT approaching Land Street.
All right, good to know. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you for joining us. We break news on clickorlando.com.
You can also find all of our stories on our new 6 Plus app for your TV.
Hope you have a great day. Take care.